So how do you reach your goals? Starting an online business is a really ambitious goal. Starting an online business takes a lot of work, from being where you are now to being where you want to be. Like, eventually it's friggin' easy once you have everything set up, once it's automated, but getting from point A to point B, it's not easy. It takes a certain growth mindset, which I explained in the video previous to this. I taught you how to approach your goal of starting an online business with a growth mindset. And we talked about believing that you could reach that goal no matter how far it is from your life right now. But how do you actually get there? How do you get from somebody stuck in a boring job at best to actually being someone that's running a successful online business that's completely automated and who are able to actually travel around the world while their business runs in the background of their life? How do you do that? How do you get there? You probably heard at some point in your life somebody told you that you have to set goals. And that's fine. But the problem with goals is that most people don't keep them. So what I recommend, if you're really not good at reaching goals, is that instead of thinking in terms of goals, I want you to think in terms of habits. So the only way that you could create deep, lasting change in your life is to actually change the core identity of who you are. And we're gonna do that through small, repeated actions. Let me give you an example of something that you're probably familiar with, but you probably don't remember. And that's the time you learned how to walk. So let's rewind to a few months after you were born, right before you learned how to walk, when you learned how to crawl. So at this point, without even knowing it, you were already using the growth mindset to change your baby identity. You're not a completely helpless little blob anymore. You're a crawler. You can get places just about any time you want to, except for maybe those times where someone puts up those pesky little barriers, like right before the steps or something like that. But you want more. You see the big people all around you walking with their big long legs and their arms all free and shit. Think of all those things that you could grab with your arms if you weren't using your arms to crawl. And one day you decide that you want to crawl up a wall and use that baby strength of yours to bring yourself all the way up on two legs. And you're halfway there. And the next step seems pretty obvious. Get away from the wall. And immediately what happens? You fall over. Maybe the first time you did that led to a bit of crying, but you kept trying until eventually you took a whole step without falling. And then maybe you took 4 steps, and then 10, and then maybe even 100 steps, until one day you became a champion walker. And then the next step, running. Okay, so something as simple as learning how to walk could teach us a lot about how to actually reach your goals. In the story of our lives, we somehow started off as crawlers. It's who we are. It's how we think. It's how we solve problems. When we see something over there, we want to crawl over to it and we want to touch it and grab it, and seeing other people do those things, that really inspires us, and we want to be the same way. We want to do the same things. We want to be walkers. What if we went ahead and became a walker? And as much as you could imagine it in your head, it's not that easy to just say to yourself in your little secret baby language, I'm a walker now. It takes a lot of work. You gotta build balance, you gotta build strength, and you gotta prove it to yourself step by step that you are a walker. And the way you do that is by actually trying. It's a bit simple, but what's the difference between that and starting a business? Both of them require clearly seeing in your mind something that you want, or something that you want to have, or something that you want to do. Both of them require practicing those skills that you need to get there. When we're young, we don't think so much about what we can or can't do. If we want to learn how to walk, we just start doing it. We just start practicing. We just start building strength and balance until we get there. And we just keep trying until we can. We don't stop trying. As adults though, especially adults that want to start an online business, guess what happens? Fear and doubt creep in. Who are we to think that we could do something as awesome as starting an online business and possibly traveling the world while doing it? We don't have the time to make it work anyway. We're used to thinking with a fixed mindset. We're used to doing things that are comfortable, things that we know that we can do. We want to believe that we want to do something as awesome as starting an online business and traveling the world, but do we have what it takes? As adults stuck in our old ways, when we get inspired to do something new, Setting a goal is not enough. We have to prove to ourselves and actually change the identity of who we are in our minds. We have to prove to ourselves that we're the kind of person that can do it. We have to prove that we're a walker, not a crawler. Okay, so how does that work in the real adult world? You start with the growth mindset. See the other video, and you have to believe that you are that kind of person who could actually take on something like that seems kind of crazy, like starting an online business and traveling the world. And that means thinking of goals a little bit differently and actually using habits to get us where we want to go. You know, so let's say our example of losing weight. If you want to lose weight, what if you became the kind of person that exercised every day, or that ate better food? It's all about the person that you are and the person that you want to become. And the truth is, it's your daily habits, your daily actions that are going to make you who you want to be. It's about setting a schedule, showing up and sticking to it. It's about proving that you could change with a growth mindset. So let's say, for example, you want to start an online business, but let's get even more specific. Let's say you want to start a blog, and let's get even more specific under that. Why don't you write an article? Maybe you don't know how to write an article, so then maybe you want to start with a sentence. One sentence turns into two. You don't even have to post it anywhere, but as long as you're starting to do the actions, you're going to eventually get to your goal. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe, and please like or share this video, or dislike this video if you really didn't like it. But yeah, just let me know that you're actually there. And if you want to go to my blog, check it out. Link is in the description. That's where all the good stuff is. So I'll see you over there. Bye.